Hello and welcome back to day 167. Thank you for joining me once again for today's second episode of Sunday's super double bubble bearded Beatles songs. I hope that you've had a happy and healthy weekend, and to help ease you into next week, we have a special twofer for you that is, in the first part, a very early Lennon-McCartney song, conjoined with the second piece by me, which is a song that John wrote while he was waiting for Paul at Paul's house. Speaking of the second part, John said, quote, "That was a piece of unfinished music that I turned into a comedy record with Paul. I was waiting for him in his house, and I saw the phone book was on the piano with You Know the Name, Look Up the Number, that was like a logo, and I just changed it. It was going to be a Four Tops kind of song. The chord changes are like that, but it never developed, and we made a joke of it. Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones, and I didn't know that rhymed, but it does. Brian Jones is playing saxophone on it." End quote. Paul described the song in Barry Miles' book Many Years From Now, quote, "John had arrived one night with this song, which was basically a mantra, and I never knew who he was aiming it at. It might have been a very early signal to Yoko. It was John's original idea, and that was the complete lyric. He brought it in originally as a 15-minute chant when he was in a space cadet mode. And we said, well, what are we going to do with this then? And he said, it's just like a mantra. So we said, okay, let's just do it." In contrast, the first part of our twofer was penned as an attempt by the pair to write an American-style railroad song. And according to the Barry Miles biography, Paul said this, and I quote, It has great memories for me of John and I trying to write a bluesy freight train song. There were a lot of those songs at the time, like Midnight Special, Freight Train, Rock Island Line. So it was a tribute to British Rail, actually. No, at the time we weren't thinking British. It was much more Super Chief from Omaha. The group had originally tried to record the song in 1963 during the session where they recorded their third single, From Me to You, and its B-side, Thank You Girl. However, with only limited time available, they were unable to get a satisfactory version of the song down, and for whatever reason, they didn't go back to it until 6 years later in 1969, when they were working on material for the Let It Be album. Again, from the Barry Miles book, Paul said, quote, "It was a number we didn't used to do much, but it was one that we always liked doing, and we rediscovered it. There were a couple of tunes that we wondered why we never put out. Either George Martin didn't like them enough to, or he favored others. It's not a great song, but it's a great favorite of mine." As a railroad song, Paul explains, quote, "This was the one after 909. She didn't get the 909. She got the one after it." So here we go with, conjoined together, One After 909 / You Know My Name, Look Up the Number. My baby says he's driving on the one after 909. I said, move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. She said she's traveling on the one after 909. I begged her not to go, and I begged her on my bended knees. I said, you're only fooling around with me. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. I said, I'm traveling on the one after 909. once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. She says you're traveling on the 109. Picked up the bags, run up to the station. Railman said, you got the wrong location. Picked up the bags, run right home. Then I find I got the number wrong. Well, she said you're traveling on the 109. I said, move over, honey, I'm traveling on that line. I said, move over once, move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be cold as ice. I said, I'm traveling on the 109. She said, you're traveling on the 109. I said, I'm traveling on the 109. And you do know my name. It's Hamo. And I will see you again tomorrow for another week of bearded Beatles songs. Until then, take care, everybody.